Hello YouTube friends, welcome to another autumn decorating video here on the Painted South. In today's video, I'll be decorating the shelves of this entertainment center and the areas on either side of it as well. I don't like seeing the glare from this light bulb inside of the shelving unit, but if you don't have them on, it gets very dark. So I'm going to show you a clever idea to disguise that ugly glare in just a minute. The first thing I needed to do before I could decorate was lower that glass shelf. Now this unit is going to get a beautiful makeover one day, but it's just not going to be today. I'm just going to try to bring a little bit of color and life into this area to help break up all of this warm wood. I was going to use a Christmas wreath as the base of this arrangement, but I ended up changing my mind. So to conceal those glaring light bulbs, I placed a vintage lamp on the shelf on top of a wood riser. Since I won't be needing the cord, I just bundled it up and secured it with a little twist tie. Everything I'm doing on one side, I will be doing on the other side. And now it looks like the lamps are actually on, but it's from the downlight above. I decided that I would use these grapevine wreaths at the base of the lamp. They were hanging on the wooden wall arches, but I needed them to add that natural texture that will be the perfect base to layer our floral arrangement on top and hide that ugly cord in the back. These lights are all linked up to a light switch in the living room. I just love these bendable twiggy stems from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure how many different styles that they have at Hobby Lobby, but I know I've gotten at least 3 there. They are fantastic to work with. You can use them all year long. They're very easily bendable. They don't break and snap like real twigs if you're into that sort of branchy look like I am. So they're great to use. And all I'm doing here is just bending them and wrapping them around, adding additional layers on top of that grapevine wreath. You may have seen in my previous videos that I have been painting some of my faux greenery, and I'm doing it again. This time I kept it very simple. All I did was mist a little bit of a matte dark brown paint in the color Coffee Bean and a green color called Spanish Moss, both by Krylon Paint. I just misted some of these cedar pieces, and I had a really bright springy garland as well that I just wanted to darken a little bit. I wanted to keep a lot of the variation, but just sort of tone down that shiny plastic look and make them a little bit darker so that they would work in my fall decor. I used both kinds of greenery to fill in the wreaths. I personally really like a wispy, wild, natural look for all of my floral arrangements. So while I did take the time to weave some of the leaves and branches together, I didn't really worry about it being too perfect. I ended up adding a few stems for just a little more interest and to tie it in with the front porch urn arrangements and the arrangement over on the mantle, but I'll show you the finished look in just a few moments. So now we're going to jump down to the bottom section, and I'm having to use things that I have in pairs. So I started with a metal planter box that I got at Hobby Lobby a few years back. It sort of has that antique tile look to it. And in that planter box, I decided to bend and shove in one of those Christmas wreaths that you saw earlier just to fill up the inside. Inside of the planter box, I'm going to add a wood candle holder just to use as a riser. I had painted this last year, I believe, but it doesn't really matter because you're not going to see it. I used more of those painted garlands from earlier in the video just to fill in and drape over the sides of the planter. And again, I just added a lot more of the same stems that I already incorporated throughout my autumn decor. Now this year, I decided that I wouldn't use a lot of the super dark, rich fall colors. I love all of those dark, moody autumn decor looks. But this year, I just decided that I would incorporate a little bit of lighter colors and add a lot of different greens in and keep it just on the lighter side. Now, if we were going to host a big Thanksgiving dinner, I think that's a really wonderful time to get into all of those really deep, rich, dark, moody colors for Thanksgiving. I think that look looks absolutely beautiful later on in November if you haven't already decorated for Christmas by that point. Now, where we live, we unfortunately don't even get to see those beautiful bright oranges and reds and yellows, the fall colors that you see more in places like the Northeast or up in the mountains. We have mostly pine trees outside, and so the colors are a lot more muted, and so I'm kind of using those colors inside of our home so that it's more in keeping with the surrounding areas outside of our home. I shared these birds in a previous video. I found one at a thrift store and I found another one at a consignment store months later. And I think they're supposed to be doves. Let me know if you agree, or if not, what type of bird you think that they might be, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be doves. I did end up spinning this dove so that it would face inward and mirror the arrangement on the other side. Next, I added these large lanterns. If you remember in my previous video, I used the smaller version of these lanterns on the little tables on either side of the mantle. Now, if you've been following me for a while or watching any of my videos for that matter, you probably know that I love textured paint, and I will put textured paint on just about anything, including pumpkins. And I did some this year and last year, but I couldn't resist picking up a few more from Hobby Lobby. They are so pretty, and I just love the finish on them. They've done a really good job on these. I picked them up in a light green color and an orange color, which you'll see in just a few minutes. Okay, so next we're going to work on this little corner, and it is directly to your right when you come through the front door. I had to bring in these little tables from the front porch. The weather was really starting to affect the finish and they were starting to chip. I will eventually give them a fabulous makeover refresh, but for now, I'm just going to go with that chippy garden look. It works for me. You know I love that look, and I incorporate it all through our house, so we're going to use them as they are for now. These beautiful swan planters were a Facebook Marketplace find last year. Now I will be giving them a makeover as well. I do like that gold drizzled look, but I think that I can make them look even more fabulous. Now I mainly wanted to keep the swans very neutral. I could have done a huge green arrangement, but I didn't want to compete with all the arrangements in the rest of the room. So for texture, I just used these neutral eucalyptus stems, some fruity pods, and a rust-colored stem and a candle holder. Now I need to order some more battery-operated candles. I want some that have a more realistic glow and flicker. This one is nice, but it's a tad too yellow for me, so I ended up just turning it off for the rest of the video. So this is how everything turned out. I added a few pine cones to finish up the look of the lamp arrangement. For the middle shelves on each side, I kept it very simple by using 2 book boxes, a small wreath with one of those textured pumpkins that I shared earlier, but this one is in a really pretty orange color. And then I also added a painted pumpkin from a previous makeover video. It is in an aged blue-green color, which I love and have been incorporating all through my home for this season. I really enjoy decorating for all of the seasons, but autumn is my absolute favorite. I just celebrated my 49th October birthday. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous, and I am just soaking in all of the sun while it is still warm here in the South. Now, I know everyone has a different opinion on how you should decorate, especially on social media, but I really encourage you to just tap into whatever inspires you and excites you, and then come up with your own unique take on whatever style it is that you love. I wanted to point out the lights on this entertainment center. As you can see, the one on the right is a lot brighter and the one on the left is softer. Most of these entertainment centers have dimmable lights, so you can also usually pick these up very inexpensively at thrift stores, so don't sleep on these entertainment centers. You can use them for a lot of different purposes throughout your home and usually pick them up for a great steal. I really enjoyed decorating this space in my home, and I hope you enjoyed this Decorate With Me video as well. Now coming up in my next video, I have 2 more painted makeover projects, more autumn decorating, and lots of new ideas. So please be sure to join me in my next video. I cannot wait to see you there, so until then, bye for now.